Running for public office can be a great way to make a difference in your community. There are several steps you can take to prepare for a campaign. First, you should reach out to your community and get involved with local organizations and events. This will help you get your name out there and understand the concerns of potential voters. Next, you should research the available offices and find one that aligns with your experience and the issues you want to address. Make sure you meet the required qualifications for the position, which may include citizenship, residency, age, and other requirements. Once you have decided on an office to run for, you will need to file an application and pay any required fees. You may also need to file a petition with a minimum number of signatures. There are many resources available to help you learn more about running for public office. Organizations like Veterans Campaign, Run for Something, the Campaign Workshop and American Majority run campaign boot camps across the country for people to learn the basics of running for elected office. The amount of money you need to run for public office can vary depending on the office you are running for and the location of the election. For example, in the US, if you're running for a local office, such as city councilor, you might only need around $20,000 for campaign signs, ads, a website, 1 to 2 part-time staff, and venues to hold rallies and other public events. However, it is possible to run for office even if you are not wealthy. You can fundraise enthusiastically, network aggressively and ask friends for help. Earning lots of small donations can be more important than having a handful of large donations. There are several common mistakes that first-time candidates make when running for public office. Some of these mistakes include not doing correct research before declaring or deciding to run. Mistaking your friends for voters. Your friends may not be representative of the general voting population. Thinking beating an incumbent will be easy. Incumbents enjoy significant advantages over challengers and are extremely difficult to upend. Not polling. Running for office without polling is like driving a car blindfolded. Underestimating the time needed for fundraising. Raising money for political campaigns is hard and takes twice as much effort and time as a candidate thinks it will. There are many ways to fundraise effectively for a political campaign. Some effective methods include crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is an innovative way of raising financing from donors online or even at events. It facilitates the collection of small amounts of money that have been raised by many, ordinary people. 1. Grassroots campaigns. Grassroots campaigns are essentially about mobilizing people and nurturing and growing a base of supporters. 1. Online donation pages. An optimized online donation page should be the foundation of any fundraising campaign, political or otherwise. 2. Text to Give. Text to Give and other mobile fundraising efforts are extremely popular among both donors and fundraisers because of the ease with which funds can be raised. 2. Call time. For political fundraising, call time is the most lucrative approach and should be a significant part of every political campaign. As a candidate, you should expect to spend 2 to 4 hours a day calling contacts and creating connections that will help bring funding into your campaign. There are several common mistakes that first-time candidates make when running for public office. Some of these mistakes include not doing correct research before declaring or deciding to run. Mistaking your friends for voters. Your friends may not be representative of the general voting population. Thinking beating an incumbent will be easy. Incumbents enjoy significant advantages over challengers and are extremely difficult to upend. Not polling. Running for office without polling is like driving a car blindfolded. Underestimating the time needed for fundraising. Raising money for political campaigns is hard and takes twice as much effort and time as a candidate thinks it will. There have been many successful political campaigns throughout history. Some examples of successful political campaigns in modern history include Ronald Reagan. Reagan's campaign in the 1980s was successful due to his ability to connect with voters and his focus on traditional values and a strong national defense. Bill Clinton. Clinton's campaign in the 1990s was successful due to his focus on the economy and his ability to connect with voters through his charisma and empathy. Barack Obama. Obama's campaign in 2008 was successful due to his focus on change and his ability to inspire and mobilize voters, particularly young people and minorities. Jesse Ventura. Ventura's campaign for governor of Minnesota in 1998 was successful due to his outsider status and his ability to connect with voters through his charisma and unconventional approach. Donald Trump. Trump's campaign in 2016 was successful due to his focus on economic nationalism and his ability to connect with voters through his unconventional approach and use of social media. In the United States, a foreign-born citizen who has been a U.S. citizen for at least 9 years can run for the Senate. The president, however, is constitutionally required to be a natural-born citizen.